The biggest thing that they continue to propose as a main feature of the bill is they're still saying they simplified it by giving everyone these larger standard deductions. And so they did make those standard deductions permanent, and they gave them a little bit of a bump for this year. So if you're a single file, the standard deduction for 2025 is going to be $15,750. We double that. So for married filing joint, it's going to be $31,500. Both of those are slightly more than what we were scheduled to receive in 2025. So that's a good thing. That's a little bit of a bump there. They also have the additional standard deduction if you are over age 65. So if you're over 65 and you're a single filer, you get an additional standard deduction of $2,000. And for married filing joint, for each spouse that is over 65, you get $1,600. So we're starting to get into some real money here. If you're married filing joint and you're over 65 years old, your standard deduction starts at $31,500 for this year, plus you get an additional $1,600 per spouse. That's real money, and that's going to be beneficial. But wait, there is more. They just added a enhanced or an additional standard deduction, or I should say personal exemption, which is really interesting if you'll give me a moment here, because the original code we had before the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, we had a standard deduction and we had personal exemptions. And then we had miscellaneous itemized deductions. And that was just too complicated. So they came in and they said, hey, we want to simplify the code. We're going to do away with personal exemptions, and we're just going to give everybody this enhanced standard deduction. And that's the code that we've been having, or that we've had for the last several years. Well, now we have this new code, or an extension of the current code, but not only have the standard deduction, but we're bringing back a personal exemption. Make it make sense. But that's to say, we have this, it's very temporary from 2025 through 2028. There is an additional $6,000 personal exemption for people who are over age 65. So if you're over 65, we get a new additional personal exemption of $6,000. This is on top of whether you itemize or file a standard deduction.